Moving on. Next day, my actual birthday. I was not intending to do this, but because I talked to the guys at the Game Exchange, I actually found out that I can sell my defective consoles, and I had a whole big stack of original Xboxes, 360s, a PS2 Fat, a PS3, an NES, Super Nintendo, a whole mess of consoles that were either needed repair, were completely bonked, that's the word, right? Or were maybe not so bad off, but just needed some attention that I was not going to be able to find the time to give them anyway. So I loaded up the truck with a huge stack of these guys and sold them to the fine folks at the Game Exchange. I said Game Exchange, right? Yeah. So drove all the way out to Game Exchange, which is a pretty good drive, 45 minutes an hour, and sold them those for $100 cash plus $40 cash from one of the guys that works there who was buying some of my defective consoles for his own uses, for him to be able to reconstruct them himself. So cool. It was well worth driving out there to get rid of a whole stack of stuff that's been hanging over my head for ages and get $140 in cash. Not bad. And then while I was there, I picked up a complete copy, and it has like manual and all the inserts and all that stuff in pretty good condition of Super Tennis for the Super Nintendo for $5. $5. This should be in more like $25 to $30 for this. Not like a huge difference, but I can let it sit there for $5. So I already have a copy complete, but I will Frankenstein together the best bits of it and then sell them the rest for more than $5 and make that upgrade happen for free and hopefully get some profit. So $5 Super Tennis, absolutely. Okay, moving on. After my second trip to Game Exchange, I rode all the way out to Full Circle Toys, which is back in my state, and it's also like an hour the other way. So anyway, long drives, but that's all right. It was well worth it. Spent the whole afternoon looking at all their stuff because they have awesome retro toys and games and stuff as far as the eye can see. It's my favorite store to go to, and so I always have to go on my birthday. So what did I get? Well, I'll show you. First of all, I always love coming home with box complete NES cartridge or Super Nintendo or N64 when I can. In this case, NES Knight Rider. You drive the car from the hit TV series. That's all you have to say, right? Get behind the wheel of Kit and be the Hoff as you're solving crimes and stuff. So cool. Knight Rider, it ought to be something kind of like Spy Hunter. It's what I'm seeing here. That makes sense. So that sounds pretty cool to me. But mostly it's a really sharp looking box art, and it's complete and in good shape. And it even already came with its own protector thing. So cool beans, Knight Rider. Next, what will I show you next? Okay. We'll do for the Xbox 360 Madden 09. Now, why do I need to get Madden 09? Is it because it is valuable like NCAA or something like that? No, it's not. It is. They had it for $7, which is actually a little high, but I've been on the lookout for it. So I was just like, fine, I'll take it. Yep. Do I care that it's Brett Favre in the cover? No. All I care about is that it is the the sister game to NCAA football '09, which I have put seasons upon seasons of hours of time into. My Georgia Bulldogs dynasty on NCAA '09, and now finally, after all these years, I'm going to be able to use those draft classes in Madden. That's the whole reason I got this, because I want to revisit the players that I saw go by, because I had a whole bunch of like super OP created players and with crazy names like Kicky Kicks a lot, the perfect kicker, and Big McLarge Huge, the tight end, and that sort of thing. So I want to see all those guys come up on the draft classes, and so all I gotta do is import, because every season I would export the draft class, and so they're all sitting on my hard drive on my 360. Then I'll be able to import the draft classes as I go along, playing around on Madden '09. I'm excited, nobody else is. But yeah, so finally Madden '09 coming home so that I can revisit my old buddies from years and years of playing NCAA '09. All right, moving on, we got X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is uncaged edition, so no cages for that guy. This is the movie tie-in with the really kind of cruddy X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, which I had no desire to get a game based on that crappy movie, but I've seen in a couple of different places on bad game shows that this game is awesome. It is super violent, devastatingly visceral, and yeah, you really put the mature there with all the slicing and dicing and eviscerating bad guys that you'd get to do as Wolverine. So I'm excited. That'll be fun. I've been wanting to get a hold of this super bloody and violent Wolverine game for a while, and here it is. Right, let's see. Next, we have, for the original Xbox, picked up a few things from the kind of case of more expensive or better games kind of section. Here we have King of Fighters Neo Wave, and this is a King of Fighters game. SNK, all those fighting dudes. Yes, 43 SNK characters with their own fighting styles and unique moves. And yeah, King of Fighters on the Xbox, and it's complete. And it is exclusive for the Xbox. That's pretty cool. Always on the lookout for Xbox exclusives and things to add to my collection that way. Similarly, it doesn't say Xbox exclusive on here, but I think it's a Xbox and PC exclusive, so that kind of counts the same. Anyway, Arx Fatalis. This is an epic role-playing game in a huge and entirely interactive world. So there you go. It is. It has outstanding graphics and 5.1 real-time sound for total immersion. There you go. By Microsoft, for Microsoft, Arx Fatalis, a complete copy. And again, because the Xbox is, relative to its competition, cheap to collect for, these are kind of like towards the top end of the, high dollar games here. Like what I picked up earlier, Dino Crisis 3, Neo Wave, King of Fighters, and so on, are adding to the high end of the Xbox collection. So that's nice to be able to do with, money that's not putting me in debt. It's just money that I've earned to spend for this purpose. So there we go. So like selling games that I got for $7 enables me to buy these games for $55 each or whatever they are. It's good that way. Finally, we have exclusive for the Xbox, Conquer Reloaded. This is, of course, Live and Reloaded, because they were pushing the Xbox Live thing. This is the remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64, which happened when Microsoft bought out Rare, formerly a Nintendo third party. And this is one I've been on the lookout for a long time, and because I really enjoyed Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I'm excited to give it a go in the Xbox world here. So the only downside is when I was picking that up, the guy behind the counter told me, "Oh man, yesterday we sold a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64, complete copy." I was like, I would have bought it. I totally would have gotten it. I used to have it. I bought it at Blockbuster after I rented it and was like, this is the craziest game I've ever played, and certainly for Nintendo, I gotta have this. And so yeah, so I bought a copy of it. I think I bought 2 copies actually, one complete and one cart only. And this was even before I was like collecting games for collector value kind of thing. I got the copy to keep boxed, and another copy that I figured I could sell later or whatever, because I knew it would go up in value. Blah blah blah. Anyway, just missed it. Alright, finally, for my birthday fun time trip, I was able to pick up this little guy here. It is, let me open it up, Puzzle Link 2. You see that? And it is for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Pretty cool. It's a puzzle game for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Do I have a Neo Geo Pocket Color? No. Are they expensive? Yes. Am I going to get a Neo Geo Pocket Color? No. Not unless one shows up at a yard sale for low price of nothing. But I picked the game up at the store. Similarly, here we have, also picked up on my birthday trip, TV Sports Hockey for the TurboGrafx 16 video game console. And it's complete on its Hue card, that's what they called those, with manual and even the little Hue card sleeve. Do I have a TurboGrafx 16? No! Am I going to get a TurboGrafx 16? Probably not. But what am I doing with these games? Well, I got those so that I could play them on my Analog Pocket, which is a really cool handheld device that I got recently and did a unboxing video of a ways back, that plays, out of the box plays all of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all those games in, pristine kind of remastered form. Like it goes a long way to making those look better and sound better than they ever have before. You can also plug it into your TV with the dock that I have, and so on. So it's like bringing new life to Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games. I also got it with a Sega Game Gear adapter. So similarly, can play the handful of Sega Game Gear games that I have on my TV or in handheld mode, and it's super awesome and looks fantastic. And just recently, I ordered it all at the same time, but it finally came in, my adapter pack with adapters for the Neo Geo Pocket Color / Neo Geo Pocket, the TurboGrafx 16 / PC Engine / Super Graphics, And what's the other one? Oh, Atari Lynx. So yeah, now I have transformed my analog pocket, which was already a cool device, into a fully functioning Atari Lynx, NEO GEO Pocket / Pocket Color, and most important to me, TurboGrafx 16. Yay! So I have a TurboGrafx 16 without having to buy a TurboGrafx 16. Got all those adapters for $99 total instead of paying $500 for a working TurboGrafx, that sort of thing. So yay! Now I can actually play TG16 games, and thus I'll be kind of on the lookout for those and any other cool stuff that comes in my way that would be functional on the Analog Pocket. Yay! So happy birthday to me. I'll cut in real quick. I totally forgot to mention the cool things that my awesome parents got me for my birthday. So boom, one, we have this super sweet video game controller shirt, Switch, Super Nintendo, GameCube, it's got some Famicom. It's dope. Number two, they got me a Sega Saturn controller. This is something I've totally been needing from a Saturn. It's, from Retrobit, so it's like a good controller made to feel just like the original Sega Saturn controller. So awesome. Now I don't have to keep using my crummy third-party controller that I have. My Saturn games will actually be, playing right. And they got me Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the Switch. Yes. I love me some Tony Hawk 1 and 2. This is a fantastic, remake of the fantastic original games. I've already played it to death on the Xbox One, and I'm excited to be able to play it on Switch. Word. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And I hope you had a great birthday, whenever your last birthday was. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.